Let's about to whom or what does morality apply? To whom? To whom morality apply? Yeah, as you can see from this PowerPoint shares, in discussing the application of morality, observe, okay, four aspects may be considered. One, religious morality, morality in itself, morality in nature, individual morality and social morality. So there are four: religious morality, morality in nature, individual morality, and social morality. What does it mean, religious morality? Yeah, just you will have a hint or know of this morality versus religion. A world-renowned person, Martin Luther King, said that no one can be moral without religion. Look now, from this quote, you understand the relationship between morality and religion. So, religious morality, let's see. You know that the teachings of religions, and previously we have discussed about all religions, okay, preach about moral sensibility, to be sensible and to be moral, not to do wrong over the others, not to do something that what we hate over the others. Yeah. በአንተ ላይ የማይደርሰው የማትፈልገው ነገር በሌሎች ላይ አታርግ የሚለው እዚህ ጋር ነው። Okay, and love your relatives. Compassion, empathy, compromise. This all about sharing religious morality. So, religious morality refers to human being in relation to supernatural being or beings. A supernatural being, in our case, more of in Ethiopian cases, God. And they are goddesses. Beings mean that the goddesses. Okay? Yeah. The goddesses. God and the goddess. Therefore, our religious morality is highly touched or attached or accompanied with God. You know that the commandments of God, the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, what they preach. Yeah, they preach about love, good relationship, compassion, okay, harmonious relationship, and avoiding only for the sickness of the self. Therefore, especially in the Jewish and Christian traditions, for example, the first say of the 10 commandments of God, you know that the 10 commandments of God, አስርቱ ትእዛዛት, you know, okay, one is I am the Lord. I am the Lord. That's your God. Don't worship false gods. Okay? Yeah. Like that here. I am the Lord, your God. Don't worship false gods or goddesses. Numeric goddesses. Yeah. Except God. God. The second one is Don't take the name of God in vain. Yes? Yes?
ተማሪዎች አድ አድርገን እያሉ ነው ኔትወርክ ወጥቶባቸው
እያረኳቸው ነው So don't take the name of God in vain. In vain. Unnecessarily. Don't take the name of the God in unnecessary, in a haphazard way. Okay? Yeah. Keep holy Sabbath day. Keep holy Sabbath day. Mean that, don't forget, okay, to think, okay, the seventh day, the Sunday, the Sabbath day, the Sunday. We have to keep, we have to contemplate the seventh day. Yeah, God commands us, do your tasks, okay, your duties, but on the seventh day, take a rest and use this day for the contemplation of God, and to do best, and that favors and makes happy of God. That is, honor your father and your mother. Don't kill. That's morality in relationship to religion. Religious teaching does not preach to kill everybody. Okay? Don't commit adultery. Adultery. Yeah. We should not overtake our heart over the spouse of the others, over the husband or the wife of the others. If we make our heart to be adult or adultery, that is very disgusting before God. Don't steal. Don't cheat. Okay? Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. Yeah. Don't give a false witness against, okay, your neighbor. Okay, we should not give false witness while we are called upon before the court. Okay, we should not be conditioned to say something false or wrong against someone. Okay, yeah, we should be frank. We should be truthful. If we did wrong against someone with a false witness, that's immoral and wrong before God. Don't covet your neighbor's spouse. Don't covet your neighbor's belongingness or wealth or materials. Yeah. Therefore, to whom morality is, or what does morality apply? This one. The second is morality and nature. Yeah, morality. This subtopic gives us an emphasis. We have to be sensible for the creatures. Okay? Since we are conscious enough, since we are genius by nature, or since God gives us this consciousness and know-how, knowledge, wisdom, we should not affect nature, okay, in the expense of them. Yeah, we're lucky, we have given, we're empowered over nature, over creatures, over plants and animals. But in the process of using them, we have to be moral. We have to show our compassion, our empathy, okay? to these creatures. Therefore, morality and nature refers to a human being in relationship to nature. Okay, in using forests, in using animals, in using these microorganisms, in using that, okay, macro, we have to use them sensibly. Natural morality has been prevalent in primitive cultures, of course, such as that of Native American cultures of the forest, even in our country. In our country, in different cultural groups in Ethiopia, okay, in the Oromo society, in the Southern People society, in the Amara People society, or the others. People do have their own cultures as to how they can use the natural resources properly. That attention they are giving for, that attention they are giving for, why doing this? Okay, yeah, that attention they are giving for plants, forests, okay, yeah. And more recently, the Western tradition has also become aware of the significance of dealing with the nature in moral manner. Dealing with the nature, underline it, dealing with the nature in a moral manner. Yeah, therefore we have to deal nature with in a moral manner. We should not be insensible. We should not be careless against these creatures. Okay? Yeah. The other is to whom morality, okay, individual morality. Yeah. By nature, we're highly harnessed, okay, with individual morality. This refers to, individual morality refers to that individuals in relation to themselves and to an individual code of morality that may or may not be sanctioned by any society or religion. Our moral senses against the self. So, we should not commit suicide against ourselves. Don't commit suicide. Okay? Don't make it something harsh, irritating against our physical and psychological conditions. We should not affect our body. We should not affect our psychological stances. Then individual morality also allows for a higher morality. It allows us a higher morality, which can be found within an individual. It's found within an individual. Not beyond this world, in some supernatural realm. Success. Look, yeah, it's not in other conditions, in other situations. It's within the sun. It's within the sun. So a person may a moral. I am adding you. A person may or may not perform some particular act not because of society, law, or religion. Okay? He may or he may not, but it's because of he himself thinks it is right or wrong from within his own conscious. Yeah. Therefore, our individual morality is not depend on some external factors. Okay? We we ourselves, we individually, we personally are attached with this individual morality. Therefore, whom individual morality means that the self. Individual morality is for the self. The others to morality is for the society or the population at large. Social morality. What does it mean? Yeah. As far as we're learning with the seeds of the society, we have to understand what's moral and what's immoral. To live together in this social harbors, we have to know this social morality. Therefore, social morality concerns of human being in relation to the other human beings. To whom morality is for the other human beings. It's probably the most important aspect of morality. Yeah, it's probably, okay, the most important aspect of morality. Mean that to think for the others. Okay? Not to do something wrong over the others. What that? Not to do something over the others. Mischief, misleading, okay, harming, okay, and implicit, showing something, okay, a pretext, as if we're thinking of them, but in reality, we're not thinking of them. Subdue. It's against society. Therefore, it's the highest, therefore, to think for the others. Okay? These are the other subtopic today that we are going to see is who is morally or ethically responsible. Who is moral or ethically responsible? Who is moral? In short, it's human being only. Who is morally neutral? Neutral. Who is morally neutral? Now, morality pertains to human beings and all else is instinctual behavior. Okay? We cannot think moral character. What's right and what's wrong? We should not target these or terms with other creatures except human. Okay? All acts of these beings are instinctual behavior from their innate character. Okay? Yeah. Not consciousness. ደመነፍሳዊ ነው የሚሆነው። ምንድን ነው? Yeah. Plants and animals, okay, cannot show or reflect immoral or immoral. All their character, okay, all their practices is instinctual, innate, natural. It's not guided with knowledge or wisdom or of being sensible from one's moral consciousness. It's simply instinctual behavior. Instinctive behavior. ደመነፍሳዊ ነው። At the present time, however, most evidences seem to indicate that animals as well as plants should be classified as either non-moral or immoral. What's non-moral mean that? What's immoral mean that? That is non-moral. Animals or plants should be considered as having no moral sense. In case of non-moral, while we are categorizing animals as non-moral, that means that what is expressing these beings are considered as having no moral sense, moral sense. And while we categorize them as amoral, okay? Sorry, I am adding students now. Amoral as being out of the moral sphere of altogether. We cannot put this being or this creature in the sphere of, okay, moral, or they are not concerned with amenable to moral judgments. Okay, okay, amenable or amendable. We can say amendable. We cannot amend or categorize in this moral scale. Therefore, except human, all creatures are morally neutral. They are morally neutral. They don't know something as to whether it's right or wrong. They openly experience whatever they like, instinctually, okay, to eat, to show their emotional or their preferences. They can openly, explicitly express what they want. Okay? Yeah. In case of their breeding, in case of their just eating, in case of their drinking, in case of their just chatting each other, okay? Animals are not as such conscious. They openly express what they feel or makes them happy. Therefore, when we use the term moral and ethical, we are using them in reference only to human beings. Don't forget. We do not shoot a wolf morally responsible for killing our sheep. Okay? A fox or a wolf will kill our sheep, our goats. Or a hyena will kill our cattle. Then we cannot tag them immoral in their own deeds. In their own deed, we can, because they did it all to satisfy their what? Biological needs to eat. Or we cannot condemn, or we cannot hold an eagle, okay, morally responsible for killing our chicken. We cannot. Yeah, it's innate character. Even we humans are highly rushed to satisfy our biological needs. But while we're rushing to satisfy our biological needs, we're really curious enough, sharp enough, okay, as to whether these actions are moral or immoral. Therefore, for these two entities to be moral or immoral, good or bad, right or wrong, or shame and others is characterized by human nature. Now, still I am admitting you. Now, how we can judge these moral activities, accomplishments, okay? How we can judge it? How we can something moral or immoral? What are our preconditions for judging something is moral or immoral? Of course, moral judgments are evaluating. While we are judging someone, so we are evaluating that. Okay, what he did right or what he did wrong. Okay, depending on different factors. Okay, because they place moral judgment, place value on things or relations or human actions. Yeah, this moral judgment is about human actions. Moral judgment refers to deciding what's right and what's wrong in human relations. Individuals are continually judging their own conduct, that of their fellows. Yeah, for instance, we can judge ourselves. Sometimes, whoa, what I'm doing? What was I doing this morning? Now what I'm doing in this condition, in this current situations? What I'm doing in relation to my relatives, my sister, my father, my mother, or my neighbor. What am I doing? What kind of a person I am? Who will say that? Oh my God, who will say? Because we are evaluating ourselves. Okay? And we will irritate later on. We will irritate. Or we will feel shame by our doings. Okay? Therefore, moral judgment refers to deciding what's right and what's wrong in human relations. Therefore, we can evaluate ourselves, we can evaluate others, depending on some backgrounds. They approve of some acts and call them right, or disprove, make it wrong. Okay? While we approve of some acts, we can call them, that's right, that's good. While we are condemning them, okay, we'll call them wrong, evil, bad, worse, we'll say that. Therefore, we can evaluate, okay, human actions. Therefore, moral judgments always have to do with the actions of human beings, and in particular with voluntary actions. We can evaluate, we can judge of a person's act as to whether moral or immoral while she or he did it voluntarily, freely, free. If someone do something wrong because of the influence of the others, we cannot consider him or she immoral because she or he did it involuntarily. For instance, let me give you an example. What if a woman, okay, assume that a woman gets pregnant. The inception of this fetus is from rape. Then now she is forced to make it abort. So, can you say that a woman making such abortion is immoral? We can't, because she instead or get pregnant because of this rape without her free will. If she incept or get incept or pregnant with her spouse or with her preference of a person, and then later on, if she tended to make an abortion of that fetus, then we'll consider her as immoral. Okay? For instance, can we just consider a person of unconscious or mad moral or immoral? Yeah, we cannot categorize those unconscious. Okay? Yeah? Lost their equilibrium as moral or immoral. Okay? Therefore, a person in his healthiness, we can consider moral or immoral. For instance, involuntary actions, those over which people have no control, okay, are rarely open to moral judgments, as a person usually is not held responsible for an action that she or he did not initiate, without her or his initiation, okay, without her or his control. If something happened wrong, we cannot consider them moral or immoral. Okay? Therefore, in judging a conduct or an action, we have to consider the motive. What was the motive? Okay? To do this or that. What was the means or the agent or the factors? To do this or to do that. What are the means? What are the agents? The means of doing that. For what end result? For what consequences? Okay? We did something. Or sometimes, what was the situation to do this or to do that?
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
Situations, conditions. Therefore, now let's one by one. What does mean motive? What was the motive to do something? Then, how we can just, label as moral or immoral. The motive. Motives are basic for a determination of morality. A personal motive can label him moral or immoral. Your motive. Yeah. Don't forget, in our religious, especially in our just Holy Bible, yeah, ኃጢአት ጸንሳ ሞትን ትወልዳለች ይባላል። Okay. ስለዚህ okay, to do something evil, first we have to conceive something. We have to have a motive to do that. Okay? Yeah. To make adultery, to steal someone's property, to kill someone, first would have priorly a motive to do that. Then having such motive and doing that or accomplishing one's motive, okay? One's motive will label as moral or immoral. Motives are basic for a determination of morality. The motive refers to the intention. The intention. Okay? The initiation. The startup. Okay? Why an action is done. Okay? Yeah. The motives are the blueprint for, okay, the consequence. Okay? Of course, sometimes all of a sudden we'll do something wrong. but mostly will put motives, initiations to do something wrong, bad, evil, or will put primarily, okay, or take initiations to do something good, very excellent, awesome, okay, primary. Therefore, motives are a spring, okay, or a stepping stone of to do something right or wrong. A good motive, for instance, is a prerequisite, a precondition to conduct that we approve without qualification. A good motive, we can approve it without qualification, without any criteria. Qualification is not criteria. A good motive. For example, Immanuel Kant, as I told you before, a German philosopher, Immanuel Kant defined the good as the good will. He said, nothing can possibly be conceived in the world or even out of it, which can be called good without qualification or preconditions, except a good will. A will is a motive. A motive. What's your will? Are you willing to do something? Are you ready to do something? Okay? Yeah. Good. That's a motive. I'm adding still you, students. You are getting late, of course. Now, the other is to judge our moral actions, okay, is based on means, the process, the factors, okay? And the means can be defined as an agency, instruments, methods used to attain an end. Okay? Yeah. How you can put into practice something? You have to have a means. You have to have the tool, the instruments, supporters, okay, money, power. Okay? Yeah. These are push factors. And the instruments. Though we expect people to use the best available means. Okay? We expect people to use the best available means to carry out their purpose. If not, we condemn them if their choice of means makes us unjust, cruel, immoral. Therefore, we have to know the means. We can judge as to whether an action is moral or immoral based on the means of. So, once chosen, the means become part of the general effect of an act or an end. Is it clear? Hope that. So, let's see about the third is consequences, the effect, the end result. Therefore, consequences are the effects or results of a moral decision based on a value. A moral decision based on value. We expect consequences in the results of an act that we call right to be peace. Therefore, in general, society judges conduct, a society judges conducts, right, if it proceeds from a good motive. Society, any society, even we individuals, okay, can judge an act or deeds right if it proceeds from a good motive, step up from a good motive. through the use of the best available means. Now, look, the consequence, okay? Yeah, it's the head of the end, and at its tail or at its initial point, there is motive, at the middle, there is means, therefore, at the end, okay? The consequence. Therefore, in general, society can judge a conduct, an action, right, if it proceeds from a good motive, from a good means, then a good consequence. If these conditions are not fulfilled, these conditions does mean that the motives, the means, and the consequence. If these conditions are not fulfilled, we condemn, we insult, we blame, okay, the action or approve it with reservation. Okay, we condemn or we will reserve ourselves. We will abstain ourselves. Okay, if we do not condemn, we will reserve, we will abstain. Okay, we will make ourselves neutral of such, whether or not. So we rarely approve an action when the results are evil or wrong. We rarely, of course, wrong. Okay, there might be time to approve an action, okay, right, evil, or wrong. So, the last one, as to how we can judge an action moral or immoral is the moral situation. The situation, the conditions there, the medium, okay, there are different factors. Again, what was the situation? The environment, people around us, okay, the resources that we do have, or factors that be able to expose us, okay, to do that or not to do that. Therefore, a moral situation involves moral agents, just like that of a means. Okay, the situation. But human beings who act or empowered to make choices, we're empowered to make choices. Unless we are reckless, negligent of, unless we are just, entered ourselves in a careless situation, we are conscious, we are empowered to make choices. Okay, we can decide. Okay, unless we are rushed to satisfy ourselves. Seek for the self. Ignorant, selfish, sobered for the self. We can make choices or decisions. Okay, in accordance with situations. Of course, situations matter sometimes, but we are conscious of that. Then, if we make choices consciously, we can make a good or a moral decisions. As moral agents, okay, as moral agents, demands are made on us and place us under obligations, of course. Moral agents will make or force us or demands us, okay, on obligations. Then we have both duties and rights, of course. We are faced with moral alternatives, and we can better weigh or measure those alternatives when we have an understanding of the ingredients, the inputs, okay, or the available conditions roaming around of the moral situations. Look, therefore, though situations matter, but since we are conscious, we can make a better decisions. We should not plot or jot down or list down cases or factors that mislead us. We are just empowered to make decisions, choices. Then we should not blame others. Scapegoat. የእናቴ ቀሚስ አደናቀፈኝ ማለት ነው። ምክንያት መዘርዘር አያስፈልግም። Because we are naturally empowered to make choices. We're conscious. We're conscious. Those situations will force us, but okay, we can. Then we can be judged by situations. Of course, there are situations, okay, yeah, that forces us to do something or obligate you. Now, therefore, we have seen about how we can judge a moral actions or an action. Okay, to be moral or immoral. These are the situation, the consequence, okay, the means and the motive, or the motives, the means, the consequence, and the moral situation. So, we can be judged or judge an action as to whether it is or not. Now, was it clear? Are you listening to me? There.
Yes, we're listening.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. ይሰማል?
አዎ ቲቸር ይሰማል።
አዎ ይሰማል።
ሀብታሙ
ይሰማል ይሰማል
ይሰማል
አዎ
ቲቸር
ይሰማል።
ይሰማል።
ይሰማል?
አዎ ይሰማል።
አዎ አዎ
ይሰማል?
አዎ ይሰማል።
ካሳሁን ይሰማል?
ይሰማል። አዎ
ኦኬ ኦኬ። ካሳሁን አይሰማም?
ማነው
ይሰማኛል። ይሰማል። ይሰማል።
አዎ ይሰማል።
አቤት ይሰማል? አይ ግልጽ ነው።
ይሰማል።
አዎ ግልጽ ነው።
Okay, now, good. Now let's proceed. Let's continue. We have seen this art. Okay. So, now let's ask this. Why should human beings be moral? Why should human beings be moral? Yeah, simple question. Okay, simple question. Why should human beings be moral? The question that is worth mentioning at this point is two, one, we should be moral, okay, to keep society from falling apart. Okay? To create a coherent, ordered, cohesive society. We human beings should be moral. If not, will falling apart, will disintegrate, will not have a common purpose. Therefore, while we are morally sensitive, while we are thinking for dozens, okay, while we are abstaining something wrong over dozens, then we'll get together, than falling apart. Two, why should human beings be moral? Yeah, use human suffering, okay, to make the lives of the others easy. While we are moral, will not face the suffering of sharing. Okay? Compassion.
ሚዩት አድርጋችሁ ትሸሩ
Extending our hands. Even words. Even our gesture for that. Okay? Therefore, we can, while we are moral, we can reduce, we can minimize human sufferings, human problems. If you are not moral, if you are a killer, if you are torturing, if you are stealing, if you are corrupted, if we are always there to satisfy ourselves only, or the sickness of the self will bring social sickness, will bring sickness, will franchise, we will breed, okay, suffering for human beings. Therefore, while we are moral, then we can minimize or reduce suffering. The third, why should human beings be moral? Yeah, to promote human flourishing or human development, human advancement. We can flourish. We can realize the betterments of human living condition. If we are not moral, the reverse will be true. The fourth, why should human beings be moral? Yeah, it is to resolve conflicts. Okay? Conflict is conflict of interest. Okay? Conflicts of interest. Understanding. Of difference of interest. Balance of interest.
Hello, teacher. Sama. Hello, teacher. Hello. Sama.
While we are being moral, then we can resolve conflict of interest just in orderly ways. In order, not disorder. In orderly ways. We will not disorder the living conditions of the society, will not destabilize the living conditions of ways of life of the society. They, while we are just be moral, they will resolve conflicts. The last, the fifth one, why human beings be moral? To assign praise, okay, to assign blame, to reward, and to punish, even to make the others guilty. Why just we are moral, just be a person. While a person is being moral, then he can just conclude as okay, awesome, rewardful, or blameful, or has to be just punished or suspended, or considered as a guilt. Okay, guilt. Yeah. So, therefore, we have to be moral. We have to be moral. While we are moral, then we will keep the society get together, than falling apart. They reduce human suffering. They would promote human flourishment or development advancement. Fourth, will resolve conflicts of interest. And okay, we look forward, okay, as to whether an act is blameful or rewardful, needs punishment or categorized as a guilt and change. Now, but let's see arguments. There are arguments. Why human beings be moral? There are three arguments, I think here. There are arguments, thoughts of the thoughts, the arguments of why human beings be moral. One argument, one thought is from enlightened self-interest. Why human beings be moral? Because of the enlightened self-interest. What does mean enlightened self-interest? One can certainly argue on the basis of enlightened self-interest that at the very least, at least, okay, generally better to be good rather than bad, and to create a world and society that's good rather than one that's bad. If you are good, okay, you like your self-interest. There are just a proverb now, just Amharic proverbs. ጨው ለራስህ ብትል ጣፍጥ። ጨው ለራስህ ብትል ጣፍጥ. Your moral sensitivity or your moral sensibleness will later reward or punish yourself. Why human beings are be moral? Yeah, for the enlightened self-interest. Okay? If you are the worst, then the rewards will come up with the worst to you. You can reap what you have sown. So, የዘራውን ያጭዳል። ስለዚህ why human beings be moral is to be the enlightened self-interest. As a matter of fact, self-interest is the soul, the primary basis of one ethical theory, that's ethical egoism. Yeah, to make yourself pleased, happy. Ethical egoism. Yeah, you can egoist, but you have to be ethical. You can enlighten your self-interest, but has to be with ethical. Okay? For example, if within a group of people, no one killed, stole, lied, or cheated, then each member of the group would benefit from these acts. If you are a cheater, if you are a butcher or killer, a liar, then the reward will come up with a direct reverse. Direct verse of, not reverse, a direct verse of that. If you are killers, okay, if you are killers, how you can just maintain to live long? Okay, if you are thief, then you will be theft. If you are liar, people will cheat you, will lie. Okay, therefore, why human beings be moral? Because of it's from the enlightened self-interest. Okay, we have to be moral, not to be affected by our immoral acts, not to be affected by our immoral acts. There. The other one is argument from tradition and law. Why human beings be moral? Okay, Yeah. You can take yourself from your, okay, hometowns, your community, what your community needs or not need, like or dislike. Even in our home, take our imaginations. Let's take our imaginations to our home. What my dad or my mom likes and dislikes in our acts. Okay? Yeah. While we are just tend to go out of our home, sometimes our dad, my son, my daughter, what's wrong with you? They will say that, what's your makeup there? Your earring is there. How you look just in that? Your dressing, your miniskirt, your trouser, or my son. What kind of skin? Your trouser, your body shirts, okay? Your suits. What's wrong with you? Okay? Yeah. Even from our tradition, our culture, all our upbringings that we came out from the society. The society or our tradition has a governing power to categorize an act moral or immoral. In our speech, in our activities, even in our destiny, as to how we are eating. Therefore, tradition has a binding effect as to this one is right or that one is. Therefore, the argument from the traditional law, this argument, look, this argument suggests that please don't request me to add or admit. The time lapses. Please don't disturb us. Argument from traditional law. Argument from traditional law. This argument suggests that because traditions and laws, force laws, its legal binding effect established by a legal body, just after that legal body established a law, then this law has what? A binding effect, has to be respected. If we violate that law, you know that the consequence will be. Okay? Laws, legal laws, it's not necessarily abides with this moral or immoral, but if it's legal, explicitly it's written, then it's punishable if we violate. But the tradition and that traditional law. Therefore, this argument suggests that because traditions and laws established over a long period of time, yeah, a tradition to be traditional or culture, it has to be practiced for a long period of time and accepted by that community, then it's a tradition. So, while it's a long practiced and accepted, okay, character or actions, then if we violate that, that will be considered as immoral. Therefore, one of the arguments why human being is moral is this one, the tradition. And because these traditions and laws emphasize human beings to be moral rather than immoral. There are good reasons for this being so. Okay? Laws and traditions. transferring these practices, okay, human experiences from one historic period and towards, the others. Okay, you know that what's culture? Yeah, there are cultures. Sometimes there are cultures as to which we can differentiate from religion. Sometimes peoples are simultaneously exercise both cultures and religion. Exchangeably, they would use it, culture and religion. But religious status are quite different from cultures. There are cultures, good or bad. Okay? Therefore, cultures are very binding. Okay? Whether this one or that one. The last one is why human beings, okay, needs to be moral is for the common human needs. Common human needs. Yeah. While we're living together, we have to think about the common goods, mutual interests. Okay? Therefore, we have to be moral. That's a school of thought, or not thought, argument that, school of thought, I don't mean that, as an argument, human common needs. What does mean this? Simple to you again. If we examine human nature, what's human nature, by the way? Let's examine ourselves. We're a social animal. We can't live alone. Therefore, to live together, we have to strive, okay, our common needs, our common interests. If we stand against of this common interest, common need, then we will not be moral. We will be excluded. Okay? Therefore, we discovered that all human beings have many needs, desire, goals, and objectives in common. Okay? Yeah. What if someone is stand against this common good? Let's assume that an example. Let's give you an example. The Great Renaissance Dam of Ethiopia. If a person, okay, or a citizen of Ethiopia, an Ethiopian, stand against this realization, okay, the Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, how we consider this person? Is he rushing, affecting our common needs, common goal, common desire, common needs, or supporting our common needs, desire, or common objectives? No. Therefore, while a person from his or her hints of doing against of this common needs, we categorize him that what a person of this, what a person of that. How he just dares to think about such. Okay? Yeah. He is against of their desires of the whole community of India. What if a person is ruining or damaging public services? Might be the road, the school, the hospitals, high cable extensions of this electricity. Yeah, we will not accept him. Okay, we will label him immoral. Okay? Therefore, an argument why a person is. For example, people generally seem to need friendship. Yeah. No one needs exclusion. No one needs to be withdrawn from friends, family members, relatives, colleagues, peers. No one needs to be hated. Everyone needs to be loved. Yeah, everyone needs to be just. No one just, okay, think to be hated than loved. Okay, yeah. Even our sensibility, okay, to be loved, to be recognized, to be happy, to be free, to be peace. And creativity in their lives, not only for themselves, but for others too. In order to satisfy these needs, people must establish and follow moral principles that encourage them to cooperate with one another and that free them from fear that they will lose their lives, okay, mutilated, to be stolen from, lied, to cheated, severely restricted or imprisoned, and so on. Therefore, why humans? So, hope that you are understanding well about this lesson. Regarding this, students, let me give you an additional comment. The comment will be, we will have quizzes today. We will have a quiz today. Okay, sorry. And I will tell you when you take it. But to submit your assignment, let me give you my email address.
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው። ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ። የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ እያፈራን ነው። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ፣ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን፣ በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጉታለን። ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ICM ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው። አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን